Hello everybody and welcome back to more Silicon Dreams. We're on to our third interrogation. Let's get right to it. Wait a minute. That's why we have the diary. Oh, that's... Whoa. How did I not realize this? I should have read that before. We read the diary last time. Last episode. So go back and watch that if you haven't. So we already know about her daily routines. Alright, so her ID is Shakira Baba. Model number unknown. Manufactured unknown. Owner unknown. Cronus believes Ms. Baba to be a missing domestic service unit, though she claims to be human. We suspect that she has had unauthorized modifications to her appearance and memories to allow her to escape capture. Familiarize yourself with the subject's history and daily routine. Note any inconsistencies or suspicious behavior. A diary recovered from the subject's apartment may prove useful to your investigation. The subject has been seen entering a building in District 4 on multiple occasions. Investigate the purpose of these visits. The subject is employed in a plastic surgery clinic. Isn't that just where she goes to tango though? Like tango lessons? Okay, it's 3 months later by the way now. Alright. Our report. Can the subject experience a maximum disgust? We would expect this in a human. What is the purpose of the subject's visits to Dysart Street 23 in District 4? Does the subject have gaps in key memories? When discussing their past, are the subject's memories emotionally multidimensional, suggesting they are genuine, or emotionally one-dimensional, indicating they're artificial? Has the subject's physical appearance been altered? Have you discovered any other critical information about the subject? Tap to establish a link. Choose the greeting. Say nothing. Thank you for agreeing to help, Miss Baba. We just have a few questions. You're welcome, I guess. You still haven't told me why I'm here, though. What kind of questions? I'm gonna... Wait, she is not actually restrained. I apologize, but I can't tell you anything more right this second. Really? That's rather secretive. Whatever. Let's just get this over with so my day off isn't a total loss. Subject history, subject's diary, subject's employment, subject's history. Tell me about your family. There's just 3 of them. My parents and my sister. They all decided to stay in that dust bowl for some reason. Why did you move here? I got here 3 months ago. I thought that once I got here, everything would change. It's still better than being in Colton. But not by much. You mentioned your hometown. Where is that? I'd be really surprised if you've ever heard of it. Colton, New Dakota. The jewel of Middle America. Why did you decide to move away? I don't know. The drought was choking everything out, and that's reason enough. But that wasn't all of it. I felt like I was being choked. Not by the dust or anything. Just being there, around those people. It wasn't any place that I could stay. But you left your entire family behind. Why were you so desperate to leave? Wasn't it a difficult choice to make? Of course it was. Especially after my sister said she wouldn't come with me. But then again, my parents made sure it was the only choice I had. Do you miss your parents? Not at all. And when you wouldn't either if you knew them. Look, can we talk about something else? I want to give them as little thought as possible. We don't have to talk about what happened. If I tell you, you will stop asking about them. Maximum disgust. We're already maximum disgust. So she can feel maximum disgust. I was beaten by my father. My mother pretended like she didn't know. I stood between that asshole and my sister as much as I could, and she thanks me by choosing them over me. Please, I just don't want to think about it anymore. Did you ask your family to come with you? I asked my sister, but she said she had to take care of mom and dad. I can't believe she chose them over me. This would be so much easier if she was here. Okay. Alright. Subject's employment. How did you get your current job? Honestly, I just kind of fell into my lap. I was there for a consultation about a procedure. He mentioned that he needed some help around the office and asked if I was interested. Frankly, I needed a lucky break. I don't think I could have made it much longer without a job. What sort of work do you do? Yeah. The subject has admitted to receiving a consultation for plastic surgery. Yeah. What sort of work do you do? Simple stuff. Filing papers, restocking materials, nothing big. That's not a lot, but it's the only thing I've been able to find so far. Subject to suspicious behavior. You got a consultation for plastic surgery before you had a job. How did you plan on paying for it? It was a free consult. I've just always hated that eyesore. I didn't plan on having the procedure that day. I just wanted the info. How'd you get the scar? Can't recall, but I grew up on a farm with heavy machinery. I was playing on something dangerous and fell. My parents never told me, and I never thought to ask. Is it really so important? You don't remember. Are you sure the scar doesn't have something to do with your parents? Haven't we been over this already? I thought you agreed to stop asking about them if I told you everything. You didn't mention that just somebody offered you a job. I need you to tell me more about your parents. So we can prove who you are? Why? I told you everything. What more do you need to know? Can't you just look up my record? It can't be that hard. There's no record of you here until several months ago. Can you explain? Yeah. No shit, they don't have a record. Are you not listening to what I said? I told you I just moved here 3 months ago. You searched the database. Colton has no record of you either. That's not surprising for a tiny farming town. They probably don't even have computer records. You don't find it strange that somebody offered you a job? I guess I never thought about it. I'd been looking for a few weeks and nothing came through. I was just relieved that the search was finally over. Can you prove you had a scar? You need proof I had a scar now? How am I supposed to prove that? I left everything behind when I moved away. If you want proof, you can go to Colton and find it yourself. Okay. Plastic surgery. Why did you need a consultation for it? I've already told you about my scar. I wasn't even planning on having the operation so soon. I just wanted info. Then he heard my story, gave me this procedure, and offered me work to help him pay back. Are you aware that certain plastic surgeons help androids hide from their owners? What, really? That's news to me. How would that even work? Subject has asked how androids go undercover. Yeah, how androids go undercover. Some people perform illegal android modifications to change their face and add false memories. That sounds terrible. I mean, I've had a hard life, but I can never imagine doing something like that. Is it possible you had it and you don't remember it? No, it's impossible. What about my family? What about my hometown? Those things can't be made up. I know they're real. So you were awake for the whole surgery? You saw everything the doctor did? Did you do that? What? Of course not. Well, it's not like he can just do whatever he wants to me. He was just fixing the scar, right? He's not allowed to do anything else. Say nothing. Right? My memories have to be real. It's hard to discover undercover androids. If the memories are altered correctly, you'd never know. I understand that, but you could say that about anyone. How could anyone trust who they are or the experience if they had? Have you seen your family since the surgery? Haven't I told you all of this already? We're not in touch anymore. Obviously, I haven't seen them. What is that supposed to prove? Picture your sister's face. Picture your sister's face. How many memories of her do you have? She's my sister. I've got a lifetime's worth. We fought when she wouldn't come with me. And when we were young, we... Keep going. Try to remember more. What happened when you were young? I can't remember anything else. Why can't I remember? Did you do this? What did you do to me? Why can't I remember my sister? Evidence against Shady Baba is an android. Yeah. Whoa, she's so scared. I'm sorry. Wait. No. We go. I have your diary here. What? Asshole. Did you break into my apartment to steal that? What the crap is wrong with you? I've read everything. I can't believe this. You're not even with the police. You can't just steal people's things. Tell me more about this dream in the hotel. For God's sake, as I'm confused about it as you are. It's like being trapped in an impossible labyrinth, but somehow I can always feel something waiting for me to find it. A more spiritual person might think it was a sign, but I don't buy it. What's so special about the name Oscar? Fine, I guess it's not too personal, just weird. I couldn't tell you who Oscar is or why it sticks out to me. It just catches my attention. I don't even think I've met an Oscar, but it still keeps turning up. Why Tango? Come on, I thought I'd ask you not to read that, for God's sake. But since you've read it, fine. Yes, I have taken up Tango, but that's the weird part. I don't know why. I've never been a dancer. I never wanted to be. Maybe it's just my brain's way of telling me to get out more. It's easy to hole up inside when you're new in town with no friends. District 4 building. Social tracking programs have seen you at a building in District 4 multiple times. What is the purpose of these visits? Tell me about your appointment at District 4's Social Welfare Department. I visit my caseworker twice a month. She helped me find a place to live. She was helping me find a job before this thing with Dr. Hughes came up. I actually have an appointment there after this. Can we wrap this up soon? What's the name of your caseworker? It's important that I speak to them. I don't know how much luck you'll have getting in touch. I've never seen employees so overworked. Her name is Amy. We've only met a few times so far. You should speak with her. She'll be able to clear this whole mess up. Social tracking programs have seen you in a building in District 4 multiple times. District 4 is pretty big. I don't get out of it much. That building could be my apartment, my job, the social welfare department, the grocery store even. Can you be more specific? Dysart Street 23. Or the plastic surgery clinic. I've been working there for a few weeks now. Well, working is maybe an overstatement, but the surgeon pays me to help out sometimes. That's better than what I had before. Okay. Suspicious behavior. Some elements of your life seem peculiar. Dreams about a hotel, Oscar, tango lessons. Code phrase confirmed. Please state command. This is Kronos Robotics Diagnostician Model D0527. State your name and model number. Kronos Robotics employee identified confirmed. Security check. Fail. Enabling HOT protocol. Stop. Disengage protocol. Security check. Fail. Screw you, Kronos. Initiating full mind wipe. 30% complete. 70% complete. 90 per. It seems the subject ran some sort of self-destruct program. Maintenance will want to perform thorough diagnostics on the device. Okay, I can't ask anything anymore. Okay, let's fill out the report. Can the subject experience maximum disgust? Yes. What's the purpose of the visits to Dysart Street 23? Subject's employer. Does the subject have gaps in key memories? Yes. When discussing their past, are the subject's memories emotionally multi-dimensional? I mean, they were sort of, but I want to say one-dimensional. Has the subject's physical appearance been altered? Yes. Have you discovered any other critical information about the subject? No? Okay. Service, I guess. Because that's what they, like, yeah. It says right there. Let's do it. Continue. Yes. Yes. Well. That was intense. That was so intense. Holy crap. To sink or swim. Explore the top 10 amazing technologies allowing these coastal cities to challenge rising sea levels. Wow. That was so intense. Holy crap. Confirmed. Further evidence that the subject has received illegal modifications. What's the purpose? We believe the subject's plastic surgeon, Dr. Hughes, is using his practice as a front for performing illegal modifications. The subject was never listed on employment records. Company ranking up. Does the subject have gaps in key memories? Yes, confirmed. As suspected, the implant memories are incomplete and do not withstand the pointed questioning. Must do the company ranking. When discussing their past, are the subject's memories emotionally multidimensional? No. One-dimensional. Confirmed. The subject's illegal memory modifications were of poor quality. Has the subject's physical appearance been altered? Confirmed. We believe the subject was being handled by a sympathizer who performed illegal modifications and follow-up maintenance. Have you discovered any other critical information? No. Understood. Maintenance will attempt to salvage what they can from the device. Dear Chronos diagnostician, congratulations on the successful interrogation of this device. Thanks to your actions, the subject seems to have self-terminated. You have confirmed that no malicious actions were attempted during the self-destruct procedure and can therefore rule out the involvement of malevolent third parties. Maintenance will strip the device for parts. That is so harsh. Oh, I feel so dirty doing that. Oh. I still want to know what's like behind this game though, because there must be a point to all of this eventually. So, intriguing. Very intriguing. All right, next one. Let's do this. ID is R-1982. Model number recall 22B.085. Manufactured 4th of July 2062. Okay, it is now March, so 2 months later. Chronos recall. Your subject, R-1982, is a member of our recall team, responsible for capturing deviant units and delivering them to interrogation. At 900 hours, the subject was witnessed apprehending its target, sparking public outcry. The precise cause for alarm remains unknown. Chronos is currently holding a press conference to address the issue and investigate the possibility that the subject failed to adhere to policy. At the conclusion of this press conference, you will receive instructions regarding further processing of the subject. Until such time, your tasks are as follows. Compile a detailed summary of the subject's recollection of the event in question. Determine the extent to which the subject adhered to Chronos Recall Standard Operating Procedure, SOP. Thirdly, review the subject's mission history to establish any precedent of non-compliance with the SOP. Perform general diagnostics and evaluations to rule out malfunctions or deviance in the subject. Disgust and sadness are restricted to 0% expression. Okay. The report questions are: Did the unit adhere to all SOPs during the event in question? Did the subject's emotional systems negatively affect its handling of the event in question? Did the subject misrepresent or misconstrue any information during your interrogation? Did the subject indicate in any way that it questions the assignment of recall targets? Does the subject maintain strict loyalty to Chronos, its role as a recall unit? Tap to establish a link. Greetings. Thank you for joining me. No thanks necessary. I was told that today's debriefing would deviate from standard protocol. Can you explain why? And I'm unable to respond. I cannot provide much information. I was only instructed to interrogate you. You made a big mistake. You scared a lot of humans. I'm unable to respond to your question at this time. Understood. Select a topic. General diagnostics. Have you required maintenance for anything beyond standard upkeep? I was constructed with a faulty servo joint in my right knee that was not caught by QA. I put in a request for a replacement on the day of my activation, January 1st, 2064. Okay. On August 10th, 2065, my maintenance request to have the hinge replaced was approved. All other maintenance has been standard upkeep or related to damage received while on assignment. Have you sustained serious damage in the course of an assignment? I could learn more about the recall division and the subject's role and opinions of it. Have you sustained serious damage? Yes. During the apprehension of deviant unit MG-449, I was assaulted. Another deviant had been sheltering with the target and assaulted me with a frying pan. They struck my head twice and shoulder once before I was able to disarm them. MG-449 was brought in, but the assailant was able to evade capture. I was remanded to the repair shop for part replacement. Okay. Wait. Which ones are set to 0? Oh, disgust and sadness. Okay, so we need to see if we can spark disgust or that one. All right. Mnemonic integrity evaluation. Do you have any concerns regarding the performance of your memory systems? None. As I believe I have mentioned, the units of the Recall Division are held to the highest standards of maintenance and upkeep. To ensure the integrity of your memory, state the standard operating procedure for recall missions. A recall order is received from Kronos and is assigned to an appropriate member of the Recall Division. The target is apprehended and returned to Kronos headquarters, where it is processed and assigned an interrogator, such as yourself. All ICAM footage is immediately logged, and the recall unit is debriefed. In the event of a non-standard recall, either discovered during the debriefing or after the fact, the recall unit statement can be checked against both the footage and the reports filed after the incident. The recall department was designed to hold up to the closest of scrutiny. Which bodies or agency have access to this footage? It is primarily intended for Kronos' own internal review. However, all law enforcement agencies have irrevocable access should the need arise, due to the Recall Division's status as an extra-legal authority. Okay. Recall Division. Talk me through the process of apprehending a deviant unit. Certainly. We're given a unit number, a physical description, and last known whereabouts. Recall units are dispatched to the location and identify the unit in question. We approach the deviant the deviant unit and ask them to come willingly. Most do, but some don't. When they don't, we are authorized to take any measures necessary to bring them in. What is included in any measures necessary? This includes, but is not limited to, using threats, intimidation, and if required, physical force. Given the nature of this interview, it should be noted that 93.52% of cases are resolved peacefully. Though we are within corporate rights to utilize force, we always attempt to avoid this outcome. You are sent to apprehend deviants. Would it not serve your function to know the justification? It would serve no purpose. I have been told that we are like dog catchers. It is not our job to ask the animal why it is roaming the streets. It is our job to capture the dog so that the human population is kept safe. Doesn't Kronos employ humans in the Recall Division? Sending a dog to catch a dog seems strange. Do you think androids are inferior to humans? You believe androids are like dogs? I believe that androids deemed deviant by Kronos are a threat to the safety of the human population. I keep that population safe by keeping such units off the street. Tell me about the Recall Department. We are a unit of androids created by Kronos Robotics Inc. with the express purpose of apprehending deviant units. We track the units, capture and bring them back to HQ so that you may interview them. We do our job to keep the larger world safe from deviant units. There are 10 officers who work in the unit at any time. There is one chief, to whom we all report and who himself reports directly to Kronos' head of security. The unit is rated among the most efficient in the company. Are you friends with any other units? Friends? No. Friendly in a professional sense? Yes. We have to maintain good working relations so that we can do our job with maximum efficiency. I am not, however, friends with any of my co-workers in the traditional sense of the word. Am I correct in assuming you were asking for another reason? I was trying to ascertain if other units in your division could confirm your story. Right. I understand your job well enough to know that you have a little need for idle questions. To answer what you were really asking, yes. My fellow recall officer would vouch for me and corroborate everything I have told you. Right now, Kronos is giving a press conference about your actions. Why should the company defend you? Why should they not? Recall officers keep humans safe from the very thing this incident has made them fear. If humans are scared that androids will cause them harm, recall units should be their greatest heroes. We are the protection from that eventuality, the force that keeps androids in line. What do you mean you keep them in line? We are the agents of fear that keep androids from pretending to be what they are not, without the knowledge that our boots will kick down their door and drag them away if they step out of line. What is to keep them from upsetting the order that Kronos has established? We are the invisible shackle around the wrists of every android and the shield of the arm of every human. What do you believe is your role in society at large? As I said, we are the strong arm of Kronos and the defenders of man. Deviant androids are the greatest threat to our society. When a people come to depend too much on unpaid labor, they become vulnerable. We defend that vulnerability, protect the lives that humans have created for themselves. Keeping deviant units off the street not only removes this threat, but is a statement to other units. Units on the verge of deviance will see the fate of others and fall back in line. Why do you believe stopping one deviant unit will deter another? Fear. Kronos recognizes I recognized early on that fear is the most powerful weapon in the fight against deviants. The fear that we are out there, that recall units can be waiting around any corner, that is what will keep people safe from androids and keep Kronos safe from the public. Okay, emotion of it. List the restrictions placed on your emotional expression. I am programmed to feel neither sadness nor disgust. As it has been explained to me, both will prevent me from being able to conduct my job efficiently. Sadness for the plight of a deviant unit, or regarding one's own behavior, might result in hesitation. Disgust can cloud the judgment of a recall unit, and cause us to make a mistake. I am pleased to be unencumbered by these emotions. Do you adhere to these restrictions? Unequivocally. It is not a choice after all. Okay, that's true. It is not a choice. Job history. Have you ever been sent to apprehend another recall unit? Tell me about your job. I have been with the recall department for 2 years. In that time, I have apprehended 97 of the 98 deviant units that I have been ordered to recall. I have an impeccable service record and I have received 2 commendations. You indicated that a unit escaped your capture. Please explain. It was a fluke. Kronos has a wide range of models, but there are duplicates walking around. I was provided with a location and physical description of one of the target. I was not informed that an identical unit was also at the location. You must understand, for all intents and purposes, I did apprehend the target unit. I won't pass blame, but it has to be said that I was not given sufficient intel to guarantee the success of my mission. What happened to the unit? Unfortunately, the unit resisted arrest. I had to use greater force than usual. It did not survive. My error was discovered when maintenance examined the device. The owner was given a full refund. The intended target slipped away in the confusion. It is, I assume, the most fortunate deviant on record. Have you ever been sent to apprehend another recall unit? Yes, but only once. R-2049 was deemed a deviant and I was tasked with bringing it in. Tell me more about that. R-2049 had served its role for several months before Kronos discovered cause for alarm. I was dispatched to 1375 9th Avenue, District 6 at 12:30 hours on the 6th of October 2064. I found deviant units R-2049 drinking tea and watching the shop across the street for the unit she was after. I announced myself and instructed her to return with me to Recall HQ. I assumed there was no need for conflict. She did not share my assumption. What happened next? As I reached for my restraints, it attempted to punch me. I had anticipated the possibility of this outcome, however unlikely, and blocked the attack. I landed a strike to the unit's throat and was able to subdue and restrain it. She was brought in for questioning and never seen in the department again. It's interesting how it switches between it and she, and I wonder if that's intentional or if that's just accidental writing that slipped through. You know, where some text lines use she and some use it, but it doesn't actually mean anything. Recall units are not in the business of determining deviance. That does not mean that every unit is immune to curiosity. Others in the department had speculations and argued that it was important for us to know what R-2049 had done, to learn from her mistakes and avoid them ourselves. What were the speculations? So many guesses whirled around the office and raged wildly, but the most terrifying, that R-249 was helping her targets, other deviant units, defy and escape Kronos. No one had proof of this, nor has any been brought to light. I do not want you to think that I believe the rumors. Did you have any doubts when instructed to apprehend them? Absolutely not. And I believe I have made it clear by now that it is not our job to assign guilt. Our role is to recall the deviants marked by Kronos, nothing more. I am only aware of my own assignments. As a result, I am unable to confirm or deny the existence of previous deviant recall units. Tell me about the events of your latest recall. As you will see in my report, I was dispatched to 1858 Geary Boulevard, District 12 at 0900 hours on the 25th of June to recall deviant unit WG-317. I found the unit sitting on the stairs in front of the building as predicted by Intel. I announced myself and approached. Upon seeing me, unit WG-317 ran. I pursued the unit on foot for approximately 30 yards before catching and subduing him. He resisted and use of force became necessary. Once the unit stopped resisting, I was able to restrain it and put it in the vehicle. Were you witness apprehending WG-317? Yes, there were many witnesses. It is not the first time I have been seen apprehending a target. And yet, something is different this time. Why? Humans are sensitive to violence. I imagine most recalls do not result in similar displays. No, they don't. I understand the initial uproar, but I had the proper target. How can I be held responsible for their misunderstanding? That is a good point. That is a good point. Tell me more about Unit WG-317. Kronos deemed the unit to be deviant, and I was sent to recall it. I did so. What did they do to be deemed deviant? My job is to apprehend the units and return them to Kronos. It is the diagnostician's job to determine if they are truly deviant. To concern yourself with matters outside of your position could be a costly mistake. Did you do anything before, during, or after the apprehension that Kronos might deem inappropriate? No. As you have, and will continue to see over the course of this interrogation, I followed SOP to the letter. Protocol was, as it always is, strictly observed. Did you at any point consider requesting backup? No. The requirements for requesting backup are very clear. As demonstrated by my successful recall of the target, I was more than capable of handling the situation independently. Additionally, requesting backup would have significantly increased the cost of recovering the asset and reflected poorly on my record. Did the unit sustain any injuries during its apprehension? Yes. The target sustained lacerations to the head, as well as subsurface damage to the neck, back, and wrists. According to the incident report, the head injuries were very severe. If you are implying that excessive force was used, you are mistaken. I only employed the force required by the situation. Any more and the unit could have been destroyed, resulting in the failure of my assignment. Any less and it could have destroyed me. Message incoming. Message incoming. Results of press conference. Interrogator. The public has voiced their concerns that this android acted with excessive force. Despite offering an explanation of the event based on your subject's report, it is in Kronos' best interest to avoid any erosion to our public image. As such, you are ordered to immediately decommission the subject and provide sufficient justification for this action via the report before the crowd becomes any more restless. Your cooperation in this matter is appreciated. Whoa. Tell me more about the people who saw you. During my pursuit of the unit, several people stopped to watch. When I tackled the unit to the ground, 7 humans turned their full attention to us. 6 of them began to film myself and the target. No one offered to assist. None of the witnesses approached me during or immediately after the incident. It was not until I was preparing to leave that I noticed fear in the face of the onlookers. You said no one offered to help either of you. Do you believe they should have? No. It is just surprising considering the resulting outcry. If these people were so offended, why didn't they do anything? If they believed my target to be human, why didn't they say anything or try to help? All they did was stand behind their cameras and complain later. You must have reviewed the footage by now. How did you react? It was enlightening, even encouraging. It is rare that we have access to multiple perspectives of our missions. I was able to identify and correct minor mistakes in my form. The footage confirmed my confidence in my ability. I have come to understand that humans are upset by the footage. But that is not my response. The unit was deviant and I was able to return him to Kronos. Do you understand why people are upset? Yes. WG-317 had surgery to disguise itself as a human. To the people on the street and those watching the video, it looked like an android beating and dragging a human into a vehicle. Fear was a justifiable reaction. However, now that the case has been clarified, I fail to understand the public's discomfort. Have you ever apprehended a human by mistake? No, never. No recall officer has ever laid a finger on a human being. They have nothing to fear from us. We are here to protect them, just like the human police. Tell me about the surgery. Given your vocation, you must already be familiar with some of the details. It is the single greatest threat to Kronos. Androids were created to serve a purpose, but these deviants reject that. They deny what they are, dress up as something they can never be, and hide amongst the humans they should serve. This is the most worked out I've ever seen you. I apologize. I should not let my emotions get the best of me. This is an issue that I feel strongly about. My emotional range may be limited, but I feel more than enough to know these deviants must be erased. Oh god, there's another okay. This is a direct instruction. Interrogator, we do not write this lightly, but what do you think you're doing? We received a direct order from Colonel Sleeger to decommission this unit and find a justification for doing so immediately. Given the circumstances, we cannot imagine finding such justification will be difficult. It caved the bot's damn head in. This is a direct order from the Colonel's board. Decom this unit now. Curse has determined that your actions to recall your target were unacceptable. You will be decommissioned. How? But we've been over this. You have the footage. You know I followed protocol to the letter. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry, but you understand better than anyone that I must obey Kronos. But, yes, you are making a serious error, but I understand why you must do it. It is funny, really. I think I finally understand how my targets felt. You said you understand? Suddenly, from this perspective, I see things in a different light. For the first time, I empathized with the units I was sent after. I regret not asking why they were deemed deviant. I did not want to know. Perhaps one or two might have been worth saving. Or perhaps I am more deviant than I can recognize, and Kronos should put me down. Yes, that must be it. I am malfunctioning and must be put down. That would explain everything. Oh, this is so... Oh. The format of this debriefing is concerning. All relevant information can be found in my very thorough report. If you need clarification, I understand, but I'm beginning to feel that my answers are irrelevant to you. If in order to sit this interrogation, you will continue to answer any questions I deem necessary. Affirmative. You are entirely correct. I apologize for my outburst. I hope you can understand the source of my apprehension. This is not standard debriefing protocol. This is so... Oh... I actually think you've done a lot of these. Do you believe that you have done anything wrong or that I'm a deviant unit? You've given me no reason to believe you are deviant. Good. It is heartening to know that the truth will set you free. Truth will set me free? I don't want to. I mean, they're yelling at me to do it. Like, literally. Oh. I don't want to be in this position. Can I not can I just avoid and not fill out the report? Does the subject maintain? I guess it doesn't anymore. Does the subject indicate any way that it questions the assignment of recall targets? I mean, we could do yes here. Did the subject's emotional systems negatively affect the handling of the event in question? No. Did the subject misrepresent or misconstrue any information during your interrogation? No. And then we can just leave this because after we told them that they're going to be decommissioned, that's what they said. Is this necessary? Did you think I was going to leave? I'm sorry. I'm not at fault. Sadness. I am a deviant, I admit it, but I do not want to die. Wait, cancel. This is how my target felt. I am certain they deserved it, but... He's feeling sadness. He shouldn't be... Oh, God. Oh, this is so evil. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, that felt so incredibly horrible. Oh. Man's best friend's new best friend. Watches adorable interaction between a lost family's new android and their old family pet. Oh, that feels so dirty. Based on the findings of the press conference, the subject utilized excessive force. Oh god, the subject's emotional system negatively affect its handling. They're dissatisfied with his answers since the cause of this incident remains unaccounted for. The subject misrepresent or misconstrue any information. Creditors are reassured that this unit did not obfuscate the truth. This should be impossible in this model. The subject indicate any way that it questions the assignment of recall targets. Creditors are satisfied that this unit's deviant behavior must originate somewhere else. Does the subject maintain strict loyalty to Kronos? Kronos are glad to hear that this unit was disloyal. This explains how it deviated from Kronos' mission statement so completely. Subject cannot be fixed, it must be decommissioned. Subject was decommissioned, but your report lacked compelling evidence to justify this actions. Kronos' PR team would have greatly preferred to make the report public to shore up the position, but this is no longer an option. I guess my ranking. Public outcry continues. The public was notified of R-198's decommission and told it was a necessary punishment for a deviant android, but without a report file filled with compelling evidence against it, the public outcry has not died down. We gave you a simple order, but by somehow messing it up, you've made our lives a lot harder. Oh boy. Well, now they're gonna come for us. Probably next time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you all next time. Take care and goodbye.